Hey everyone, it's harmonic time. Yay! That means that we're going to take scales and make chords, chord progressions, and we're going to go in some intervals. Okay, so we have the 88 key piano, and the 88 key piano has 8 octaves. And an octave is pretty much 12 notes, including the black keys. So we're going to start off with C1, C2, C3, C4, C5, C6, C7, and all the way at the end of the piano is C8. So those are the full 8 octaves. The last keys that you can't see is because for some reason everything starts off with a C, and so we have A0 and B0, and then it starts with C1 to C2 to C3. So I found a loop that was in C, so we're not messing with any of the black keys today, which is a good thing, and it makes it a little easier. And so let me show you, I talked about the major scale, and it's really easy to find the major scale if you don't know where it is on the keyboard. But the golden rule is, so I have a song that's C, right? So it's you start off with the C, and it's whole step, half step, whole step, whole step, half step. That's the full octave. And the difference between the relative minor is that the third is flattened, the third position of the finger or the third key that you would hit, and then the 7th and the 6th. You've been hearing me talk about 1, 3, 4, 5, and all that kind of stuff. That means the position of your fingers on the piano. So C would be 1, D would be 2, E would be 3, F is 4, and the 5 is G. So a lot of blues music that our music comes from, they say is 1, 4, 5. So I just went 1 to 4 to 5 to 4 to 1. And when you hear musicians talking about that, that's what it means. It's literally the position of your fingers on the piano. So if I'm starting in D, which is different, you know, D, E, whole step, whole step, whole step, half step, whole step, whole step, whole step, half step. That's the full crazy major scale of D. It's got 2 sharps. So in chord construction, chords are what we call a triad, right? And that's when you're playing 3 notes, right? But they go in the 1, the 3rd, and the 5th. So the first position C, the 3rd position would be the E, and then the 5th position of my thumb is on the G. That's a C chord. So if I'm staying in the key signature of C, even if I go to the D now, and I keep doing that 3rd principle, the 1, the 3, and then the 5, and I even step up, the chords still sound good, right? When I was looking at sheet music and I noticed, and also trying to follow what people were playing, you know, doing a straight C chord didn't always fit for some reason. So I noticed they were doing something different, and I didn't learn about it until I went back to school during COVID and took piano for a year and music theory and music history and blah, 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 blah. But there's something called inversions. So an inversion is, we have the C, we got the E, and then the G. If I take this C and move it over to here, that's still a C chord, but that'd be the first inversion. And then if I take this this E, and move it over here, that's called the second inversion. And the little melody I was playing earlier was all second inversions. The reason why I like to play the second inversion is because I love having that bass note down at the bottom. It's different than this. They're both a C chord, but this would be the second inversion. And then with inversions, you can kind of walk your way around the piano. And you can also do that with thirds too. You can walk around on the piano, and that's how you do movements up and down. So you're not just constantly stagnant. And that's one trick I found, you know. So when I first, wrong note, but when I first started playing piano, when I was using the inversions in the chords, I was able to move around. Now the chord progression I was playing on along with Kabza's track, I was doing, which was a little weird though, because there's a 1-4-5 I told you about, and people do that in chord progressions too. So I'd be going from a C to an F to a G, and then it would resolve back down to C. Or you can go to I can go back to the 4 and then back to the 3. But basically, I'm doing 1, 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And that's a basic, and I just did a chord progression for you. The one that I was doing was 4, 1, 1, 5. And I just kept repeating that. And then the melody that I was using was using the scale. I was playing little bits. So when you're playing piano, the chords and the bass notes is with the left hand, and the melody was with your right. And you'll notice too, if I'm not hitting those black keys, I'm not making a mistake. If I did, yeah, you heard it. It doesn't sound good because that's not these black keys in the key of C and A minor are not played on the piano. Also with chords, that is the 3 notes, but if you add the 7th position, and then you probably see, you've ever heard of like a C major 7, that'd be it. But you can even keep going there. So that means I'm playing 4 keys at the same time, 4 notes. And you can even go on. You can keep adding 3rd positions. And why I say 3rd, because it starts from like 1, 2, and 3, and then from 3, 4, 5. So 1, 3, and 5, and then it would go from the 5th to the 7th, and then to the 9th, and then it just keeps going up from there. And you can have crazy chords if you wanted to. You can program on the DAW. Next, let's get into some intervals. Intervals is what makes up our melody. And also, you'll hear intervals in music, so in popular music. Like, let me start off with C again, and this is Jaws, which is a minor 2nd. And you got a major 2nd, minor 3rd. Because why I say that is because it's flattened. And now I'm playing all the keys. That's called chromatic. So if you're tuning vocals and you hit the chromatic button, that means everything will be at play on the tuner. What was that? I was 3rd, major 3rd, perfect 4th. The tritone, it's in between 4 and 5. I think it's Star Wars. Yeah, it was a perfect 4th. Perfect 5th, minor 6th. We got the minor, the major 6th, minor 7th, the major 7th, and the perfect 8th octave. And the melody is based off of intervals. So intervals, you have ascending and descending, so you can go back down too. And you have descending chords too, like So yeah, I can go down or you can go up. That's the second inversion. And then with my intervals, I can also go down. And that's minor second. I'm sorry, yeah, minor second, major second, and right on down. So you have ascending and descending. And that's how you can walk around on the piano and make music. It's great that I played this all on the piano now. It's taken a lot of years to get fluid and fluent at it. But before, when I started in 1996 with the Korg Z1 and a EMU 5000 sampler and a G3, I drew everything in. Also, though, with the sampler, I played it too. So I'd make loops and I like to do that too. But when it came to building the chords and stuff like that, I actually drew it out on the DAW. And at the time I was using Cubase, and then progressed to Pro Tools. And then I used Ableton for a little bit. And then now I'm in full Logic. But of course, if you don't play piano, you can draw this stuff out. And here's the piano roll that I have, the piano part, I should say. And I added Rhodes, single notes, because it would get in the way, and then a little log drum. So you get the idea. I mean, even if you don't play piano, you're gonna be drawing this stuff in. But if you do have a keyboard at home and you're using it, please get yourself a sustain pedal. You need a sustain pedal, kind of like a pedal for a guitar. You know, I'm always using. It's gonna help your production easier because you can sustain the note. And that went away. I just let off on the sustain pedal. So get yourself a sustain pedal. It's very, very important if you're going to play piano as well, because a lot of music, you need a pedal to play it properly. So, and that's going to be it. And thank you again for watching, coming through, hanging out with the Recon. And, you know, if you really like this stuff, I'll probably start going into some mixing, music production. What you just saw was pretty simple. You know, you can get a lot more crazy than that. So until then, I'll see you later. Bye.